Have you ever asked yourself why you are always the best listener, the strongest shoulder for others to lean on, but when you yourself collapse, you hide in a corner of the room and lock the door tight? You ache for a hug with a burning desire. Yet, the very moment someone wraps their arm around your shoulder, your body freezes, your breath compresses, and a voice inside your head screams, "Run!" That is not coldness. That is the tragedy of the fiercely independent. You build walls not to keep others out, but to protect the last shred of safety you have left. Welcome to a journey into the psyche of those who fear intimacy. On the surface, they look very calm, don't they? They are often the most composed friends in the group. They never demand, rarely complain, and seem capable of solving all their life's troubles on their own. In the eyes of the world, they are a symbol of stability, a solid rock amidst a rushing stream. But look a little closer. Look at the very small details. The way they skillfully evade eye contact when a conversation becomes too deep. The way their hand tightens slightly on the arm of the chair when someone asks, "Are you okay, really?" Or the way they are always busy, always having something to do, always keeping their hands occupied, just to avoid facing the silence between two people. That calmness is, in reality, perfect camouflage, a layer of transparent tempered glass. You can see them, but you cannot touch them. And you? Have you ever felt like a master actor on the stage of life? You laugh, you blend in, but deep down, you are observing everything through a telescope. You are there, but you are not there. Have you ever shrunk yourself down to avoid trouble? Have you ever feared that if you just opened your mouth to speak your true needs, everything would explode? Or worse, people would realize what a burden you are. That feeling, the feeling of standing in a crowd, but feeling like you are drifting in outer space. That is the quiet distance. From the perspective of depth psychology, I call this state active isolation. It is not arrogance or pride. I see there a frightened child, a survival mechanism honed over thousands of sleepless nights. For you, intimacy is an undefined variable. And in your internal world, what cannot be controlled is synonymous with danger. You establish a cruel equation for yourself. Distance equals safety. You keep everyone at a just enough threshold, close enough not to be lonely, but far enough not to be hurt. You become a master of distance control. But do you know, the price of no one being able to hurt you is that no one can truly love you. The peace you are trying to maintain is actually an emotional grave you dug for yourself, a place with no risks, but also no oxygen. So, what created these fortified walls? Let me tell you a neuropsychological truth. No one is born fearing love. Children are born with the instinct to seek connection, like sunflowers seeking the sun. If today you choose the shadows, it is because in the past, the sun burned you. Look back at them, the children who had to grow up too fast. Perhaps they grew up in a home where emotion was a luxury language, or a dangerous one, where tears were seen as weakness, complaints were seen as annoyances, and silence was praised as being obedient. To survive, they learned the first lesson of life. My emotions are unsafe. To be peaceful, hide them. Do you realize you possess a strange superpower? The ability to read the room, or hypervigilance. You walk into a room and immediately scan everyone's mood. Who is angry? Who is sad? Who is on the verge of exploding? You think that is sophistication? No, That is a survival reflex. Your nervous system has been programmed like a wartime radar, always on high alert. In the past, you needed it to avoid physical pain, to avoid unreasonable rage, or simply to avoid being abandoned. Today, you use it to scan for dangers in affection. When someone gets too close, when someone says, "I need you," or "lean on me," what do you feel? Is it a skipped heartbeat, an indescribable flutter in your chest, or an urge to stand up and walk away? That is not insensitivity. That is your sympathetic nervous system screaming a red alert. The amygdala in your brain, where primal traumatic memories are stored, is amplifying the signal. It doesn't see a loving person approaching. It sees a threat. It screams, danger. Closeness means loss of control. Closeness means you are about to get hurt. And this is where I see the pitiful struggle inside you. To suppress that siren, you mobilize the prefrontal cortex, the center of reason. You begin to intellectualize every emotion. You analyze love like a math problem. You find the partner's flaws to have an excuse to push them away. You use the mechanism of emotional minimization. You tell yourself, it's no big deal. I don't need anyone. Love is just a hassle. You cool down your heart to trick your brain into thinking you are safe. You are not cold. You are just terrified. The extreme independence you take pride in is actually a suit of armor so heavy, you have forgotten how to take it off. You have turned loneliness into the safest shelter, because in there, no one can disappoint you. But do you know what is most heartbreaking? It is that you still crave it. No matter how high reason builds the walls, the heart, the only organ that doesn't know how to lie still, silently beats against those locked doors, waiting for someone patient enough to pick the lock and enter. You are living in a cruel paradox, running away from the very thing you crave the most. There is a painful paradox that we always find in people like them. It is an exhausting generosity. They are often the people with the deepest compassion. They are the dumping ground for the world's confidences. Friends come to them when broken. Colleagues come to them when stuck. They listen. They empathize. They offer wise advice as if they have lived 10 lives. They give the tenderness that they themselves crave, yet have never received. And you, are you tired? That strength that everyone praises, do you ever feel it resembles a curse more than a compliment? You become the caretaker in every relationship, not because you have excess energy, but because that is the only way you feel safe when connecting. When you take care of others, you are in the active position. You control the situation. You look down from above. But more importantly, when you are busy fixing other people's lives, you don't have to let anyone in to fix your own crumpled life. You establish a one-way relationship. Giving is safe, receiving is risky. And then there are the contradictory romantic choices you make. Have you ever realized you are often attracted to unavailable people, cold men, women with commitment issues, or long-distance relationships spanning thousands of miles? Do you think that is fate? Is it your type? No. It is the unconscious choice of fear. You choose them because deep down, you know they will never demand full intimacy. Loving someone who cannot fully reciprocate is the safest way to feel in love without ever having to face the fear of territorial invasion. That is how you practice self-protection by detour. But what is the price? It is loneliness between two people. It is the feeling of lying next to someone, yet still feeling cold. You live in a state of emotional ambivalence. Half of you wants to scream, hug me, hold on to me. But the other half whispers, "Don't trust them. They will leave anyway." Push them away before they do. You retreat the moment things become too real. You turn cold right when your partner needs you most. Not because you stopped loving, but because you are too scared. Scared that if they see the real person full of scratches inside that perfect shell, they will be disappointed. The distorted core belief running your life is, if someone truly knows me, they will no longer love me. And so you choose solitude in pride, rather than risking it to be soothed. The cost of your safety is your happiness. Now, take a deep breath and hold it there for a moment. There is one important thing that I need you to etch into your bones right now. One thing you have probably never told yourself. You are not broken. Your distance, your fear, your constant suspicion, these are not evidence that you are a defective or unfeeling human being. On the contrary, they are evidence that your protection system has worked brilliantly. Remember the child within you. When facing abandonment or emotional storms that a child could not possibly withstand, what did you do? You couldn't fight back, you couldn't leave. The only way to survive was to shut down emotions, to retreat inward, to tell yourself you didn't need anyone. That is not weakness. That is the wisdom of survival. Your brain built a magnificent fortress to protect the most fragile part of your soul. You survived those days thanks to this ability to keep distance. So, do not hate your fear. Do not blame yourself for not being able to open up. Thank it. Tell that part of your memory, "Thank you for protecting me when I wasn't strong enough to protect myself." But this is where we need to reframe everything. What was once a survival weapon in the past is now becoming a barrier in the present. But that also means you possess priceless assets that others do not. Does your hypervigilance exhaust you? Look again. That is the source of superior emotional intelligence. You have a capacity for deep empathy that few can match. You understand pain without words because you have listened to it in silence for so long. Does your extreme independence make you lonely? That is also proof of resilience. You have a powerful inner strength to stand on your own feet. You are not a parasitic vine. You are a tree that has rooted deep in dry soil. People who fear intimacy like you are, in reality, the most deeply affectionate people. You are like a deep ocean. The surface may be calm, even cold, but at the bottom are fierce, swirling currents. You fear intimacy not because you have nothing to give, but because you have too much. You fear that if the dam breaks, your love and emotions will drown everything, including yourself. Your trauma is not a weakness. It is where the light enters. Heartbreak does not turn you into an emotional cripple. It turns you into someone who understands the value of safety. And once you learn how to trust, the bond you create will be stronger than anyone else's, because it is built on the ultimate understanding of darkness. You don't need to throw away your armor. You just need to learn how to take it off when you get home. But self-understanding alone is not enough. We need to look at the naked truth of what is happening in your living room, in the midnight arguments, and in the prolonged silence at the dinner table. I call this the ghost at the banquet phenomenon. You bring the survival model of a 7-year-old into the marriage of a 30-year-old. You bring the fear of a strict father into a meeting with your boss. You bring the suspicion of a cold mother into the eyes looking at your lover. Look at what they, the people facing, you are enduring. When your partner steps forward, you step back. When they try to break down the wall, you plaster on more cement. You think you are staying safe, but actually, you are sending a cruel message. You are not important enough for me to risk opening up. And here is the greatest tragedy, the echo reaction. When you get angry because someone asks too much, or when you turn cold because someone demands attention, you are not really reacting to the person in front of you. You are reacting to a ghost from the past. Your current lover just accidentally stepped on a landmine buried 20 years ago. They are innocent, but they take the full force of the shrapnel. Then what happens? You create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your distance makes your partner feel insecure, lonely, and unloved. Eventually, they get tired, they leave, or they betray you to find warmth elsewhere. And the moment they turn their back, that bitter voice in your head rings out triumphantly. See? I told you so. Everyone leaves in the end. You use the very breakage caused by your unconsciousness to reinforce the belief that the world is untrustworthy. It is a loop of hell. Furthermore, look at the burden you are carrying. Because you always appear fine, always the emotional pillar, you attract those who need to lean. You become a charging station for others. You listen to their pain, solve their troubles, but when you are exhausted, you look around and see emptiness. Not because no one wants to help you, but because you have never allowed anyone the chance to be the strong one in front of you. You strip them of the right to take care of you. Carl Jung once spoke of the shadow. Your shadow is the desire to be weak, to be soothed, to be small. But because you deny it, you hate it, you project it onto others. You get annoyed when you see someone who is too clingy, too dependent. Why? Because they dare to live the part of life you do not dare to live. Your loneliness does not come from having no one beside you. That loneliness comes from the fact that you are never truly present in your own relationship. You are like a person standing on the sidelines of the party of life, watching everyone dance, longing to join the music, but your feet are nailed down by invisible fears. It is time to ask, do you want to continue playing the safe spectator or accept the scratches to become the protagonist? So, where is the exit? The exit is not in smashing the walls in one night. Don't do that. You will feel naked and panicked. The exit lies in learning how to carve a door in that wall and giving the key to the right person. I want to give you a roadmap, not to become a perfect person, but to become a whole person. Step 1. Making the unconscious conscious. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Next time, when you want to run, when your chest tightens, stop for 5 seconds. Don't act. Ask yourself, am I truly in danger, or is an old memory coming alive? Just by identifying it, you have reclaimed control from fear. Step 2. Practice micro-vulnerability. Don't jump off the cliff. Practice wading in the water. Try saying, I'm tired, instead of, I'm fine. Try saying, I need this hug, instead of waiting for others to guess. Every time you reveal a little weakness without being attacked, your brain records a new piece of data. Safe. Love doesn't hurt as much as I thought. Step 3. The art of receiving. This is the hardest exercise for you. Let someone pay for the coffee. Let someone carry the heavy bag. Let someone see you cry. Learning to receive does not make you weak or indebted. It makes you a human capable of connection. You give others the opportunity to love you. That is a gift, not a burden. And finally, remember the power of the survivor. People like them, like you, are not broken things needing repair. You are warriors who have survived the harsh winter of emotions. You learn to keep yourself warm when the world was cold. Your maturity is not erasing the past. Maturity is when you realize, I am strong enough not to need to be strong all the time. You are a natural healer because you understand pain. But remember, the healer also needs healing. A lighthouse not only shines for ships, it also needs to stand firm against the waves. But the lighthouse is not lonely. It stands there to connect the land and the ocean. Don't let the fear of the past rob you of your brilliant present. Don't let independence become a prison for your soul. Intimacy, often broken down as intimacy. Let someone see you. See the scars, the fears, and the unfinished dreams. Because the most valuable thing you can offer this world is not perfection. It is your authentic presence. Happiness is not the absence of wounds. Happiness is when the wound is named and loved. Maturity is not learning to live alone. It is learning not to lose yourself when next to another.